what is this? This is the video that is supposed to demonstrate the example of play of a citizen's life game. The rulebook is available within the tabletop simulator and online on each website, but this video may help a little bit and also showcase the game to the people who didn't print out their copy or didn't use tabletop simulator. So first, what we are seeing here is setup for the game is almost done. The markers are sorted out and the cards are in appropriate boxes. Right now we have prepared deck of turn 1 mandatory events, cards arranged from 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they are all marked with number 1 for the first turn. And the remaining cards are divided into 2 decks, Campaign and Garrison, depending what exactly they have listed on the blue thing. Our character is a Phoebe. He starts with 1 health and we have 4 points to improve his stats, so to speak. The stats are the arete or military valor if you prefer, hit points or health, glory, reputation, and last is the holding box for the military office. Right now we can assign points to all of them with 2 exceptions. We cannot give military rank, and one thing that is was not being mentioned is the wealth tokens. So whether we want to start with some cash or not. First, I will put some points into the military valor. I have 4 points. Adding 1 marker where there is none costs 1 point. If I add 1 more health, this is putting second marker, so I'm spending 2 points, and this is 3 points total. And last but not least, for 1 point, I will add 1 wealth, because cash, it's useful to have cash a little bit. And this is our 4 points. What needs to be updated is because we have health on 2, our stamina marker will be always starting in combat at the space 2. One thing that maybe I should have mentioned just as well, the game uses counters to denote units and soldiers, and I divided them into the pools from which we'll be drawing at random when the combat situation will occur. Okay, so what happens next? Well, next really is we can begin the game. The game consists mostly of flipping cards one by one and sometimes making decisions or enacting changes that are required by the card. So first card, it always starts with the first mandatory event from the deck, and we are swearing the oath to be a citizen soldier. We receive a shield and a spear, so I'm placing it in the right spaces. We are getting equipped. Check and assume new office if eligible. If at the beginning of the game I would put more reputation markers, I could become a sergeant, but I don't have any, so I do not get the new office. I do not have 2 reputation, in other words. And then, if not eligible, and I am not eligible right now, gain 1 reputation. Reputation are those markers, and when our character gains reputation, it always comes from the Athens holding box. So I'm placing one marker here. And this is it. The first card is done. Now, because the character can be in two states throughout the game, he can be in garrison or on campaign. This is why we have this marker here to denote the status. But it also means that if you are in garrison or on a campaign, you use different decks of cards for the random events. After resolving mandatory event, we draw one random event from the appropriate deck. So because I am in garrison, I have to use the garrison deck. So let's see, I will just give it a shuffle. And the first card from garrison is the torch race. So health challenge against random unit. First I need to draw one random unit, and it's right now it's on the unit side, but as you can see on the flip side there is always a soldier, a single silhouette version, and we have a challenge in health. My health is 2, his value is 2 as well, so I need to take the d6, and health challenge means that we both roll against our values, and if we roll under uh, or equal, then it's a win. So rolling for myself, I need 2 or less. And does the citizen win? Well, no, the citizen does not win. So in this case, our hero wins the torch race and gains 2 glory and 1 reputation. So once again, 1 reputation comes from the city, but the glory comes from off-board, and this is the glory token. 2 glory, hops, hops, and the citizen returns to the pool, at least for now. And once again, the card has been resolved, it stays here. We draw the next one. So, the next card gives us 2 choices, one in the white and one in the black or gray. In both cases we have to check one of our traits, and either we go for additional wealth or I will go for the white because I want to have better arete. Check means we try to roll higher than the value of our trait. I have 1 in arete, and of course 4 is better, so I actually can increase my arete by 1. And the card is done. We draw the next random card. The card that I have drawn belongs to the mandatory category for the next turn. In those cases, this event isn't kicking off. It will happen in the second turn. For now, this card is ignored. It's in the deck for combat purposes and those black modifiers. So as a kind of randomization method, but not for the event itself. So it looks like my fellow citizen soldiers want to go on a booty raid, and I can either go. Let's scour the countryside. So we are just going off duty for 2 wealth and also to shame. Now, when shame is being gained by the character, it simply means that the glory tokens, if there are any, they are being flipped to the other side. And so it happens. I had 2 glory and I just wasted this 2 glory doing something bad. In this case, gaining shame. For now, it's okay, but in a moment it can be a problem. So next mandatory event, training. Once again, check arete if successful increased by 1. So we take the d6 and I will roll either 2 or more. I have rolled more, so I gain 1 more arete and random event from the garrison category. So this card seemingly gives us a choice, but you will see that in this case, if I will not perform the civic duty, I will receive a shame. So in this case, I will just spend 2 wealth to gain 1 reputation, because remove 1 shame in the city, not on the character. Okay, and this is resolved, so the black receiving additional shame doesn't happen. Last mandatory event, receive 1 reputation or remove 1 shame. I decide to remove 1 shame. Oops. Yes, let's straighten out our card a little. Nothing like tabletop simulator. Hop. And this goes back. This concludes the events for the first turn out of 4, but of course we will need the go through the administrative sort of bookkeeping segment in a moment. So with this last card flipped, we are proceeding to the last segment phase of a turn, and it looks like the way that the rules are written, I will probably have to change this, because there are multiple steps that are happening at the end of the turn. Salary doesn't apply, maintenance not, donations no, demotion no, but the shame markers are moved to Athens, and this section states the end game conditions. We are meeting them right now. Theoretically, the game should be over as it is, but we'll continue. I will just wrap up this turn and proceed to the next. So for a moment, let's skip this step. It probably will need to be a little bit rephrased. The purchase sell training cannot buy any items, cannot buy training. So preparation of the decks for the next turn, and this is where it may be slightly interesting. First, I separate all the cards that are mandatory from random ones. I do not need to do this, Basically, all the garrison cards have to go together, but for the clarity, I just like to do this. And we have to fish out all mandatory events for the second turn and arrange them in order. They are all here. I'm just looking for purple ones. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our new one turn deck, and the remaining cards all go into the garrison deck. This is important, including the cards from before, from the first turn. They are shuffled in. They will be potentially used for those combat modifiers, but for now, flip, rotate, shuffle, and we are ready to officially begin the second turn.